How's it going, people? So instead of beers in the shed, we're doing something different. We're doing cheap wine and Coles soft drink in the shed. So I want to put a video out and talk about a bit of a divided opinion, and that's about alloy radiators. Now, I'm not going to say whether they're good or they're bad, because I've had both good and bad experiences with them. I used to have an alloy radiator in my old LN65 and that worked perfectly. I never had any problems with it. When I did my conversion on my new car, the LM106, I put a new alloy radiator in it because my old one was practically shit, basically. I was kind of in a rush when I was doing the conversion, so I bought the most cheapest one that I could off eBay. And it worked for about 2 years. And then about maybe 6 months ago, I noticed I was losing coolant. It was dropping out on the ground. So I thought, quick fix, I'll go down to Super Cheap Auto, I'll buy some radiator stop leak, and Bob's your sister. So yeah, it kind of worked for a little while. I didn't lose a lot of coolant. Then recently I noticed that my engine was getting hot, and so I checked it, and I also had no coolant in it again. So again, went down to Super Cheap Auto, bought radiator stop leak, chucked it in. Then it got to the point where it was overheating all the time, even if there was water in the radiator. And I thought, well, that's not normal, because in my experience with those Hiluxes, as long as you got water in your radiator, they will stay cool, even if your water pump's fucked, which mine is, and I need to actually get it replaced. So I took it down to Red Devil Radiators at Slacks Creek, just down the road here. And the guy said to me that, did you put radiator stop leak in it? And I said, yes, I did. And he then went on to tell me that you can't actually put radiator stop leak in a alloy radiator. They're not designed for it. Unlike the brass ones that are designed to be plugged, they're designed to be welded, they're designed to be modified and, plugged and whatever have you. So that was an eye-opener for me. That's something that I don't think many people are aware of. I certainly wasn't aware of it. Maybe everyone else is, I don't know. But the guy more or less told me that alloy radiators are pretty much only good for show. And my opinion's kind of mixed on that, because I have had good experiences with them, and this is my first bad experience with them. I've only had 2 experiences with alloy radiators. My first one was good, this one was bad. So anyway, in a nutshell, they ended up changing my radiator back to the standard one, which I'll show you here. And it turns out that my water pump's also carked it. So, cha-ching, more money. Got to spend on the Hilux, but that's okay, because it'll all be all well and good. Got to keep driving, right? So, yeah. With the alloy radiator that I put in mine, it started leaking from the core. The whole bottom of the radiator began leaking. It was just absolutely pouring out. So just to be aware if you're going to put that stuff in your vehicle, because I certainly just thought, oh, well, it's a quick and easy fix. But turns out it's not, apparently. Apparently you've got to be very careful if you put that stuff in your engine, and you've got to run it for just the right amount of time. You've got to do all that, and you can't put them in alloy radiators because they're not designed for it, unlike the brass ones, apparently. So yeah, just thought I'd make a quick heads up video and let you know that, hey, something to be aware of. If you've got an alloy radiator, don't put that stuff in it, because it might be the worst thing you ever do. Certainly was for me. There was a time the other day where I was having overheating problems just trying to get home. I had to go down the Gateway motorway to get home to Logan from Morningside, and it was getting real hot, and I was having flashbacks to when I lost my engine the first time, and I was thinking, no, I'm not going to lose this car again. So I was actually taking the time to actually stop before it got anywhere close to hot. If we got about 3/4 of the way up, I was just stopping, pulling over, letting it cool, and yeah, managed to get it home safely, and I didn't lose my engine this time. So all well and good. We don't want to do that again, because that was the worst moment of my life when I was actually crying the first time when I lost my engine the first time. Yeah, I bought the Hilux because it was my dream car, and to lose it like that was such a shame. So I definitely don't want to go through that again, and I hope none of you have to go through that ever again, which is why I'm making this video. So my honest opinion about alloy radiators at the moment is it depends which one you buy. I'm sure they have just as many pros and cons as they do, you know, either way. You know, in the long term, in my opinion, I don't think they're very good in a four-wheel drive. You know, if you're gonna be doing a lot of hardcore off-roading, I don't think that they're really designed for that sort of thing. I think they're more like designed for street cars, really, and maybe in that regard they're pretty good. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy I went back to the brass radiator and got rid of the alloy one, because the one I bought, just a disclaimer, the one I bought was only about maybe $180, so it wasn't fancy. You get what you pay for. So the cooling components of your engine are probably not something you want to take for granted. I learned that the hard way. And yeah, but yeah, the guys at Red Devil were kind enough to get me a new radiator. They installed it for a reasonable price, and the guy even changed my thermostat for me for free, and he's going to replace my water pump for me later in the week. So yeah, I couldn't thank them enough for that. And yeah, definitely it's been an eye-opener for me. I always thought, before this experience, I was always under the impression that alloy radiators were the go. They're the answer. They're the solution to all of your overheating problems. And I'm kind of on the sideline about that now, because yeah, I've actually had a bad experience with them, whereas before I hadn't. So yeah, it's definitely changed my mind a bit about that. So yeah. Anyways, thank you again for watching, and I hope this video has helped you out, and we'll see you again in the next one. Catch you later.